What's up, you guys? This is Rob from Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Daily Grind / Dress to Kill, and we'll take a look at that portion of it later, we have another installment of Rob Reads You shit that you probably don't want to read yourself, and it's a very, very short edition today. So as you can see, Mask of the Revenant hotfix 23.8.2 is out, and they have announced the fact that Operation Plague Star is returning. So as you can see here, Operation Plague Star is back on PC starting today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until September 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A infested bull that threatened the plains is back, uglier and more putrid than before. Vaheg possesses a toxin that can destroy the boil at the meteorite crash site, but he refuses to help. Steal his toxin, destroy the boil before the infested make their way to Cetus. Now the thing about this is they did not mention anything new, which is kind of sad because a part of me is like, there really hasn't been very much content on a Warframe for a little bit. And you know what? We'll make a totally different video chatting about that as well in the future. But it's kind of like, you know, maybe throw us a little bone, maybe a new strike, maybe a new grit, you know, maybe some links, maybe just a new Exodia. But regardless, that does make things convenient for me. So if you guys have not checked out the Operation Plague Star playlist, I'll actually go ahead and leave that in a link for you guys to take a look at if you're a little bit newer and need to know about all of the items that you can procure from it. The one thing that I will say about Operation Plague Star is it's a great way to go grab yourself some Forma or to go grab yourself some of the rarer items like fishing parts that I'm not going to fish for. You guys know I'm a terrible fisher. But also at the same time, there are people like Mogamu who absolutely hates gem mining. So if you hate gem mining too, you can pick them up by use of faction standing points from Nakak. So go ahead and check that out if you want to do it that way instead of relying on RNGesus to help you out. So let's go ahead and jump into additions because this is going to be the fashion frame portion of this video. The Tenno 2 color palette is now available on the market. I haven't picked it up yet, but I'll go ahead and pick it up and we'll take a look at how some of the colors play out. And also there's a new clan role of Herald where the role is to solely allow a member to edit the message of the day. So just in case you guys need that for your clans. Also, and this is kind of like two last little bits, and I'm really curious to see how many of you guys do this, but a mastery rank of 8+ is now required to trade ribbons. This echoes the minimum possible mastery rank requirement of ribbons overall, as well as he generally follows our trading rules with restricted gear. So there's that. But the last one that I'm very curious about, because I don't even think I know that this existed, but I might do it today. Upon successfully entering your two-factor authentication login information, you will now be auto-logged into Warframe instead of having to retype your password again. When was this a thing? When was two-factor authentication a thing? Maybe it's been around for a while, but I did not catch it because now I kind of want it for my life. I love two-factor authentication. Like, I do it on pretty much everything, so that way I know if someone's trying to fuck with my life. Previously, you had to enter your login info twice when logging in with two-factor authentication. We simply removed the unnecessary second login info requirement after successfully entering your two-factor authentication information. So let me know real quick if anybody is using this, if you guys find this cool, especially if you're using it now. Because, you know, I'm always paranoid about someone trying to hack my shit. Regardless, let's go ahead and jump on in-game and take a look at the new palette. Alright, so as you can see right here, we have the Tenno 2 palette. Now, if you guys have never picked up a Tenno palette before, it might look like a little bit of a clusterfuck, but let me go ahead and explain how the Tenno color palettes work and why they look so clusterfucky. Alright, so as you can see right here, let's just select something. That's a good primary to work off of. The Tenno color palette originally was based off of, ooh, it looks nutso, off of the different Warframes. So as you can see, this top row here, it's in alphabetical order, is Ash. So these are all of the primary, secondary. Let's take a look at the disgustingness that is Ash, because we all know Ash is trash. No matter how fancy people try to make him look, no. Ash is trash. So as you can see here, oh my god, that was a back in the day customization. So as you can see, this is Ash's color theme, and if you take a look at the Tenno color palettes, LMAO, this is basically the Disgustoid that is Ash. So you can see all of his colors there, and then it goes A, B, Banshee. I think this one's a Banshee right here, so this is the Banshee customization, and so on and so forth when it comes to that. Ember's next. But the Tenno 2 color palette is basically the exact same thing, using each of the different ones. I believe, I don't know if it's done, I don't know if they've done this by release date, or if they've done this by alphabetization. But as you can see, there's a lot of cyan because they use a lot of those colors in there. So let's go ahead and take a look to see if there are any like standout colors, because the way that I treat the Tenno color palette is very much kind of like I have things that I've selected. I was like, this is like the perfect purple, and this is the perfect fire energy, because I mimic some of the fire energy off of Ember. So I was like, that's the iconic fire energy. Let's put it on our sad Revenant. Because legitimately, I feel like Revenant needs a little bit of love. So let's take a look to see if there's anything good here. We're going to move on to his base color. There you go. So what I'm seeing here is a lot of craziness. This color kind of interests me. Ooh, it's kind of like a subdued teal. I'm into that. Oh, there's some nice purples in here. This is that's a fairly good purple for like an energy color. And I'm pretty sure we have that Dusty Rose somewhere. Okay, that's looking kind of good. We've got a lot of creams. You notice that? And some really, really brown grays. I know it's going to sound really, really dumb and really, really weird for me to like fanboy. That's like a nice purpley beige. Somebody was actually talking about it and was actually saying, you know, it'd be really cool if we could get these organized. But what I'm noticing that we have a lot of here is like a lot of like gray purples, which I like. That's like a brown gray purple, like that kind of like bridge of the gap. That's a good one too. Oh, there's like some really good spotlights for those. I really use the Tenno color palettes for grays. Like this purple has been my life for a long time. That has been a great energy color if you guys have not checked that out. They also have a really good burgundy in there as well. So that's the original Tenno color palette. So it's kind of like with these ones you pick and choose. There's also a really good purple gray. I think this is one of the purple grays that I like, but I'm going to have to explore this one a little bit further because it does look like it's got some nice kind of like some mid-tone grays. You guys know how excited I get off of grays, and you guys are like, Rob, you're ridiculous. Are you really, really like jazzing off of this? But you know what I'm noticing? They've got some decent like kind of like washed out reds too. They've got some good washed out reds in this one. Maybe we'll have to come up with a look using this palette, just because I think that it's got a good shade selection. It's got some lighter tones. The energy colors though, I'm just never ever fond of. But that pink, is that Octavia? Bitch, that's Octavia. You know that's Octavia right there. That's an Octavia color scheme. Oh, this has to be Harrow? I think maybe they've done this one in like release dates. Because this looks like this could be Revenant, right? Revenant's, hold on. So let's look. I think this is Revenant. I think that they did this one based on release date instead of alphabetization. So that one's, this is Revenant down at the very bottom. That is definitely Revenant. And as you can see, it has a very boring color scheme, just like I thought. Oh my god. Regardless, I think that pretty much covers the Tenno color palette. This is definitely going to be another one of those that you want to add into your collection if you are a collector of color palettes. But I also kind of want to ask you guys, because of this has kind of been going down with Warframe for a little bit. It's been a little dry. It's been a little dry. There are a couple series that I've been working on in my head. I think the next video series that I want to work on is to kind of show you guys the other games that I've been playing aside from Warframe. And also I wanted to kind of give you guys a little preview of the second channel that I've been working on aside from Warframe as well. I've been playing a lot of Destiny. I've been playing some Smite because Hera is coming out in Smite. I'm really excited for that. I don't know if you guys are kind of like vibing on it too, but Anthem is looking kind of interesting. I know I'm not the biggest fan of EA, but, you know, maybe they've learned. Maybe they've changed their... Well, I don't know if EA is ever going to change their ways. But we'll see about that as well, because there's some games on, like, the horizon that I'm very, very excited about. I think everybody's pretty pumped about Cyberpunk 2077. So maybe we'll make mention of that as well. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I kind of want to cover on the channel while, you know, there's some downtime in Warframe, or, you know, if Warframe doesn't really end up making any more further progression down the line. Yeah, I've also got an idea for because I was talking about it on stream today about progression systems in Warframe, because we need more progression. Warframe keeps going wide but never really goes in deep, and I like it nice and deep, right? We gotta get in there a little bit. So I was thinking up some new progression systems, and we were talking about it in stream today, and we have some really interesting ones that I want to pitch out there just to kind of make Warframe something that you want to invest in long term, and to give us veterans something to do, because it just seems that it's new player. I was like, all this shit's accessible to new players and doesn't really give the game any more depth. But that is just my own personal opinion on the current state of Warframe. Let me know what you would like to see me cover, what other games you guys are interested in as well, and also if you're jiving on the new Tenno 2 color palettes. So check all of that out, as well as the Operation Plaguestar playlist if you are a newer player and you do need to go ahead and fill your coffers with some of the rewards from that. So that about does it for me for now, and as always, love somebody, hurt nobody, and touch yo body. Don't forget to go ahead and check out the second channel as well as my Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye!